This week we're going to have a look at shadows and really how to improve your photograph. Because I'm not with you, you have a lesson and an assessment task to do some high quality, good shadow photography. Now there are millions of ways to take the photograph, and hopefully you've gone around and trialed a few, looked them online or looked at them online, different types of shadow photographs. And today what I'm going to show you is trying to edit them for the assessment task and for this week. So here is a simple way. You can Google and YouTube millions of ways to do this, but I think for you it's the easiest way to look at shadows and try to improve your photograph themselves. So first of all, once you've got all your photographs, just pull down one at a time. Don't do any more than just one at a time. You open your photograph. You can see here just one of the millions that I own. I'll just go down to the downloads. And I'm just going to have a look at a classic still life here one. So here's our still life photograph. And you can see there's some shadows in there. What I'd like you to do is you can do some in colour, but I prefer them all in black and white for your assessment task. However, I need to know how you did them and what steps you went through to produce your photograph, and you need to write those down. So remember, when you've opened your photograph, you should have a palette. Now I've mentioned this a few times in different films. You need the toolbar to be showing. Here it is. I'm moving it back and forth. This toolbar has to be on. So if you go to Windows, you go down here, you turn on Options, Toolbar. You can turn on the contextual task. If you click it there, it shows up over here, okay, or somewhere on your screen. And I always like layers on, this one here. So Windows, layers. The rest of them, okay, you get to use them and you come back and forth later on. But all of them have a different characteristic, and hopefully by the end of the year you'll use some of them. So here are your tools. What I would do first, okay, is just fix the photograph and then crop it later. Now you can see there's a little bit of a red pair out here. Maybe you crop that afterwards, maybe you won't. So you've got your photograph open. You want it to make it look like shadows on it, the lighting, okay, the intensity of it. So the first thing you're going to do is go Image, Adjustments, and you're going to go to Hue and Saturation. Now some of you will click this black and white button. I'll make my photographs black and white. Try not to do that. The best way is to take the saturation out of an image to make it black and white, not click that one. That's a cheap man's way. So go to Hue and Saturation, and when this palette window comes up, just grab the saturation bar and move it down. And you end up with a black and white photograph. Probably in this situation, that looks pretty. You know, go the other way. Look how saturated it is there. But I'm going to ask you to pull it down. Okay, so now you've got no colour in the image. Remember, you haven't turned it to black and white, you've turned the saturation down. And for interest, if you went over to this toolbar, oh, I should say, okay, so I'm having first. You went over to this one and you used the sponge tool and you saturate it. So in other words, this is a tool, okay, and all tools work the same. This is the size, and I just right hand clicked when I picked the tool. This is the size of it, and this is the hardness of the edge. We haven't really got to that. Hopefully maybe during class I might be able to walk through that. I did say in lessons 1 and 2 I'd do this, but some of you have been away. Alright, so here's the hardness. That means how tough the brush is on the outside, how sharp it is. Now I'm just going to rub over this one here. Let's see if I can get some parts of the apple back, sorry, the pear. and I can't have turned it down too much. What I'll do is I'll go up, I'll go with image, I'll just give myself a little bit of saturation. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not sure what happened there. Alright, I've lost myself there. I don't know what happened there. Alright, I've made it black and white. Let's just stay with that for a moment. If you go to image, and you can see it's a coloured RGB, red, green and blue. So this time you just go to the adjustments afterwards, go to levels. Smart people will stay with levels and curves, okay, but we'll go to levels. And levels, remember, this makes it black, more blacker, so the shadows becoming blacker, stronger. Okay, the intensity of it, you get strong contrast. Not too bad. I bring in the whites on the other side. So now you've almost got a totally different picture just by moving the shadows in and out. Okay, you watch I pull them all the way in. So you have to choose somewhere in your shadows what makes the best effect. Best effect. And that's all you really do. If you do this, bring them in. I'll pull this right up so you can see the brightness become brighter and the blacks become black. So you're going to play with these three. The blacks, the whites and the midtones. Okay. Or remember you can use the eyedropper. I'll try this. I'll just go cancel for a moment. I'll go adjustments. I'll use the levels and I'll use the eyedropper. So blacks. The blackest spot is this one here, I reckon, in the photograph. We go the whitest will be a shiny spot. And the midtones, I'd imagine there's that grey there, which I've picked almost perfectly. So there we go. However, you might just want to, remember, just play with it. Pull it down, your shadows. You want to show me something different. And say, okay, now you have to describe to me what you did. You have to say, I opened, I went to image, I went to the colours, hue and saturation. I turned the saturation down, which you did. And I went in there, image, adjustments, levels, and you played with the levels. Pull them in, pull the whites in, save the photograph. Telling me what you did is the key to post-production. And you write them down. Very simple. File, save. I should say maybe file, save as, and give it a name. Pairs, shadows. And that's it. Save. This is the size of the file. You want a good quality photograph. Let's have a look how big it is. 1.7. That's probably okay. Not 17 megas, too big. 1.7. So okay. You've saved the subject. File. Close. Easy done. Shadows. You need many for, I can't remember what the assessment task says, but that's what you need. Alright, good luck. It's an easy exercise. I probably made it a little bit too complicated, but that's it. Just follow that little process. And you should get some great shots.